Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Coach Sam. Today I'm going to be talking about the major market crash in NBA 2K25 Myteam because of the brand new Signature Series Festival event. So pretty much, we just have a major market crash. Every single card that is below 100 overall pretty much crashed in price majorly compared to what they have been the past few weeks because we're just going to start to get crazy cards now. The first invincible card with KD dropped, which means we're going to be seeing more invincibles. These cards come with legend badges, and there's just so many different insane cards that are going to be coming out. So a lot of the cards have definitely crashed in price. The only cards that are still majorly expensive are the 100 overalls, like SGA, like Yao Ming, cards like that. As you guys can see, still about 3 mil for SGA. Still very expensive for some of these cards. Penny, 1.5 mil. He has gone down a little bit. Like the lower tier 100 overalls are going down in price, but the top tier cards are still going to be very, very expensive. But the main thing I want to talk about is how Dark Matters relatively have just gone down in price. George Gervin, about 100,000. Zach LaVine, you can pick him up for like 200K. Stephon Castle, he's still pretty expensive because he's very good, but about 400K for a top point guard. Pau Gasol's like 150, 200. AK is going to be around 500, but the good Dark Matters are still going to have a lot of value, but these lower tier cards are dropping in price like crazy, especially like these cards like Hassan Whiteside. He does have a duo and he is very good, so he's going to stay relatively high in price, but some of these other Dark Matters are going down. Tim Thomas used to be 1 million MT. Tim Thomas was 1 mil MT before Friday. Look at this, a 40 Hoff badge version of Tim Thomas with every single Hall of Fame badge for 450 right now. He's probably going to end for about 500-600K, but you can get badged out versions of cards for pretty much half of what they used to be going for. Terry is barely 100,000 MT. Jeremy Lin, I do believe, he might be a buyout, but he's like right on that line of being a buyout. Bol, he's pretty cheap now, 486,000 on this one base one. He used to be going for 1.2, 1.3 mil. Danny Granger, he's dropped in price, but pretty much every single card is going way down in value, especially Galaxy Opals, Pink Diamond cards, things like that, especially some of these older cards like Adam Morrison. As you guys can see, I have a bid on this 30 Hoff 10 Legend because I want a small forward and I really like Adam Morrison cards. This one with 34 Hoffs and 4 Legend badges doesn't even have a bid on it, and it's at pretty much baseline 100,000 MT. Like, these cards are all dropping in value. D-Rob is only 400K. He was going for about a mil. Lonzo is like 300K with extra badged out versions. So all of these cards are going to be very, very cheap. I would really recommend, if there's any cards you really want Dark Matter tier or below, definitely go pick them up now. Some of the only cards that still relatively kept their value at the Dark Matter tier is going to be Kawhi. He's still going to be very expensive. I think he's one of the more expensive Dark Matters because he's insane. Has a good behind the back, good fade, good jumper, things like that. He's still around 600, 700,000 MT, but he was literally going for a mil only a couple of days ago. So literally every single card in this game is dropping in value, and I would really recommend, if there's any card, even 100 overall, maybe they were like 4 mil the other day and now they're 2.53. Go pick that card up right now because I do believe the market will go up just a little bit. I think where it is right now, it's very, very low because everybody's like panic selling. Everybody's thinking, oh, we're getting these crazy events, things like that. But I do believe the market will go back up in a little bit, especially for the really good cards like SGA. He has Steve Francis size up, Kemba Escape. I bought him for 2.5 the other day. I bought him for 2.5 yesterday afternoon, yesterday night, at Friday at like, I want to say like 5 p.m. for 2.5. He's already back up to about 3 mil, as you guys can see, and I have a 20 Legend version, so I could make probably 4 mil from selling him back. But if there's any of these cards that you really want, like AK, Stephon Castle, even Zach LaVine, like Zach LaVine for 200K, he's an insane point guard for 200,000 MT. If you need a point guard, go out and pick him up. But there's just so many different cards, and now budget cards are starting to be included with the Galaxy Opals. As you guys can see, man, we've got Galaxy Opals going for about 30,000 MT. Malcolm Brogdon, he's a solid 6'5 point guard. Caron Butler, he's pretty cheap as well, 40,000, but he's very, very nice. He has a nice jumper, 6'7 at the 2. He's going to be a solid card. Mike Conley, he's okay, but he's a little undersized, but he's cheap. Like all of these cards, like MJ, you can get an MJ card. I guess he is over. Wow, he's not a buyout. Wow, this is surprising because this card isn't very good, but I guess he's still expensive because it is MJ, but a lot of these cards are going to be less and less expensive because everybody's just stocking up for MT, and they're just holding on to cards, and they're trying to get the value of everything they can because here, if we come over here to KD, if I show you guys this, Kevin Durant, look, he comes with 12 legend badges. We're starting to get cards that are going to come with legend badges. Legend badges are going to devalue and pretty much not be worth as much anymore. Like Hoff badges used to be insanely valuable in this game because you couldn't get legend badges, and now it's kind of doing the same thing where legend badges are starting to become the new Hoff badges, where they're not going to be insanely expensive to add to cards. So what I mean by that is say I pick up this Andrei Kirilenko for with the 24 base legend badges, and I add legend badges. He's not going to be that much more expensive. Say I could make 500,000 to $1 million profit from picking up a card and badging him out and reselling him earlier. Now you're not going to make as much. You might make 200, 300K, but it's definitely not as much as it has been, and it's really not going to be as worth to badge out these cards. It's really just worth it if you do personally like the card, or it just helps them play better. Obviously, the best legend badges are still going to add value to a card like Limitless Range. Here, I'll show you my SGA. But of course, legend badges that are good are still going to add value, like Deadeye, Limitless Range, Glove Interceptor, Brick Wall, Set Shot Specialist, Lightning Launch, On Ball Menace. Those legend badges are still going to add value because they really help a card gameplay wise. But when you have cards that just have mid legend badges, they're not going to be reselling for as much more because people are stocking up MT because they're expecting to get crazy content. You guys have seen the content we got. We got an insane fan favorites drop where pretty much every card is solid, an insane signature series drop where everything's good, and we got another event. So people are kind of just realizing that we're just going to keep getting events pretty much, and that means every single card is just going to go down in value. So for the last time, I know I keep repeating myself, my bad, but I just want to get this point across to you guys. I want to make myself as clear as possible. If there's a card you want to go out and buy for your lineup, like this is my lineup right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide KD down to the bench, move B-Roy there, and then I'm going to run Adam Morrison at my starting three. I'm happy with this lineup. I think it really hoops. Jalen Williams is a little bit undersized, and I just didn't have a backup 2 for free because, as you guys can see, most of my team is unsellable. I do have SGA because I did buy him and badge him out, but I really like that card. So, and I run him for Park. I run SGA, Tim, and Zach, but I really wanted Adam Morrison for my lineup, and as you guys can see, I have a bid on one. I put 500k MT. He'll probably end for like 300,000. This card has 30 Hoff badges and 10 legend badges, and I'm gonna pick him up for extremely cheap. He has Limitless, Deadeye, High Flying Denier, and Mini Marksman and Off Ball Pest. This card's absolutely cracked. I really love Adam Morrison and his animations. I'm just a fan of his card. He has Trade Fade. I just like the card as personal preference, but say you're in my situation, but you don't want Adam Morrison. You want like I don't know, say you want a Tim Thomas. He's so insanely cheap right now. He's going for like 500,000 MT, 5 to 600,000 MT. You're going to be able to pick him up for way cheaper than he was. He was $1 million, now he's like 500k. So I would pick up cards now while they are down. And yeah, I don't know, man. This is probably the best time to buy cards in my team. And also because the MT method isn't really there anymore. There's not as much MT that's going to be floating around in circulation because you can't do the badge method. You can't do the shoe method effectively to make a lot of MT. There's just going to be less MT to go around. So cards are, in general, I think going to be a little bit cheaper because people just don't have the MT to spend. So they're not going to be putting all their MT into cards. They're going to save some of the MT in. And yeah, they're going to be saving up for future drops. But like I said, man, insane market crash. If you have a card you want to pick up, go pick them up right now because the values on cards are definitely down, especially Dark Matter, Galaxy Opal, 100 overalls as well. If you want to pick up one of those cards and you have the MT, I would recommend doing so now because it is definitely a buyer's market right now. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. I'll answer anything you guys have. And yeah, with that being said, that's going to do it for the video. Leave a like and subscribe. I'm on the road to 2,500 subscribers, and any support is greatly appreciated. And yeah, with that being said, leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'm out.